There is a gentle warmth around you right now, and maybe you have felt it without fully understanding it. Something soft is moving near your life, something steady, something filled with quiet admiration and real emotional pull. You may have pushed it aside and called it coincidence. You may have told yourself your mind was reading too much into small moments. You may have even said that this kind of love does not happen to someone like you anymore. But what you have been sensing is not fantasy. It is not wishful thinking. It is real. A younger person has feelings for you that are deeper than you think, and those feelings are not light, playful, or passing. This is not a quick attraction that disappears in a week. It has rooted itself inside them. It follows them into the morning and stays with them at night. They think about you when they wake up, and your presence returns to them when the day grows quiet. Even when work, stress, or noise pulls their attention away, part of their heart still circles back to you. You live in their thoughts like a question they want to understand, and like a comfort they do not want to lose. Maybe this surprises you. Maybe part of you is already doubting whether these words are meant for you. Stay with me, because the next part matters more than you think. Sometimes the heart knows something before the mind is ready to accept it. What you feel around this connection is not random. It is not empty hope. It is a sign. Someone younger has noticed you in a way that goes beyond surface charm, and their feelings are becoming too strong for them to ignore much longer. Maybe you have looked at yourself and wondered what someone younger could possibly see in you. Maybe you told yourself your brightest years are over. Maybe you decided your light is not what it once was. But those thoughts were built from old pain, old rejection, and old disappointment. They are stories, not truth. You have been seen through every silent struggle. You have been noticed in the nights when you felt alone, in the moments when you wondered if love had quietly passed you by, and in the heavy hours when you asked yourself if you would ever feel chosen again. None of those fears define who you are. None of them tell the full story. You are more remarkable than you allow yourself to believe. Your presence changes the feeling of a room. Your energy reaches people even when you say very little. Others notice the way you carry yourself, the depth in your eyes, the calm in your words, and the strength that comes from being hurt and still choosing to heal. They notice how you listen. They notice how safe people feel around you. They notice how you make others feel seen. This younger person sees all of that, and even more. They are drawn to you in ways they cannot explain with logic. Something shifts in them when they are near you. Their breathing slows, their heart wakes up, their mind gets quiet, and their feelings get louder. It feels to them as if they found something they did not even know they had been searching for, and that feeling has grown with time. It did not fade, it deepened. So if part of you has felt a strange pull lately, do not brush it away too quickly. Sometimes the soul recognizes truth before the world gives it permission. You may have already seen the signs, but maybe you did not let yourself trust them. Maybe this person holds your gaze a little longer than normal. Maybe their voice gets softer when they speak to you. Maybe they find small reasons to be near you, to help you, to ask one more question, or to keep the conversation going just a little longer. Maybe they remember tiny details about your life that you barely remember saying out loud. That is not nothing. That is attention with feeling behind it. That is the kind of care people show when their heart has quietly chosen someone. If you feel this message touching something deep inside you, stay to the end, because the second and third reasons explain why this bond feels so unusual. This connection is not based only on attraction. There is a deeper reason this younger person feels pulled toward you, and it did not happen by accident. Some bonds arrive with meaning already inside them. Some people enter your path carrying a lesson, a mirror, a healing, or a new beginning. This younger soul did not simply wander into your life for no reason. Something larger placed this connection near you, and the reason is still unfolding. Out of all the things you could have watched, read, or listened to today, something guided you here. Something in you recognized these words. Do not ignore that inner reaction. It is your spirit letting you know that this message touches a real place in your life. The world likes to explain everything with logic, but not everything important begins there. Some truths arrive as a feeling first. Some truths knock softly. And if you have been sensing that someone younger looks at you with more than casual interest, your heart may already know what your mind is still trying to prove. The first reason this person feels so strongly about you is simple, but powerful. You bring them peace. The world around them is loud, fast, demanding, and often confusing. There is pressure everywhere. There is noise in their mind and in their daily life. But when they are around you, that noise begins to fade. You carry a calm that they can feel. You have learned through time and experience that not everything needs a quick reaction. You have learned how to hold yourself steady when life becomes uncertain. That steadiness now lives in your energy, and this younger person is deeply drawn to it. They may be carrying stress, fear, doubt, or inner chaos. They may smile on the outside while feeling lost inside. But around you, they feel something rare. They feel safe. They feel grounded. They feel like they can breathe. That is not a small gift. That is powerful attraction in its deepest form. Many people chase excitement and confuse it with love. But this person is reacting to something more valuable. They feel rest in your presence. They feel less alone. They feel that your energy brings them back to what matters. And when someone finds peace in another person, it creates a bond that is very hard to forget. Do not underestimate how healing your calm can be. What feels ordinary to you may feel like medicine to them. Your balance, your patience, your quiet strength, and the way you move through life without needing to prove everything at once, are all part of the reason they keep thinking about you. And this is only the first reason. The next one goes even deeper, so do not skip this part, because it explains why they feel seen by you in a way that may have changed them more than you know. The second reason is that you make them feel seen, capable, and important. When they are with you, they feel like they matter. You listen when they speak. You ask about their life. You notice things about them that others miss. You respond with care, not judgment. These things may seem small to you because they come naturally from your heart, but to someone who often feels overlooked, they mean everything. Around you, they feel stronger, more confident, more understood. That feeling creates attachment very quickly, because most people spend years hoping someone will truly see them. The fact that this person is younger than you is not a problem. It may actually be part of the beauty here. Different life stages can create a rare kind of balance. You bring depth, patience, wisdom, and emotional steadiness. They bring freshness, movement, hope, and a different way of seeing life. When those energies meet in the right way, something rich can happen. The world likes simple rules, but the heart does not always follow them. Love does not check numbers before it arrives. Connection does not ask for permission from social opinion. When two people help each other feel more whole, age can become a much smaller detail than people imagine. What matters is respect. What matters is honesty. What matters is the bond itself, and whether it brings truth, warmth, and growth into both lives. This younger person does not see you as too much or too late. They see you as rare. They see someone whose presence adds value to their life. And if you have felt your own heart stirring even a little, that matters too. Joy is often the soul's quiet yes. Excitement is often the heart pointing towards something meaningful. Listen closely to those feelings. They may be showing you that this connection is not only possible, it may be important. The third reason this person cannot easily walk away is your essence. Not just how you look, though they do notice that. Not just your smile, though it stays in their mind. It is the whole way you exist, the way you laugh, the stories you tell, the softness in your eyes, the calm way you handle problems, the warmth that lingers around you after you leave a room. All of that comes together and creates something magnetic. They have tried to explain their feelings to themselves in a logical way. They may have even tried to step back, to be sensible, to calm down, to move on. But each time they do, they find themselves thinking of you again. Their heart returns to you, because something real has already taken root. This is why true connection can feel a little overwhelming at first. It does not fit neatly into a box. It does not always arrive in the form we expected, but when it is real, it keeps calling us back. If this is speaking to your life, keep listening, because what comes next may help you see why this bond feels both new and strangely familiar. This person is not drawn only to your outer beauty. They want your mind. They want your stories. They want the wisdom you carry and the honesty in your spirit. They feel depth in you from the very beginning, and that depth makes the connection stronger, not harder. This is the kind of attraction that does not fade just because time passes. It grows because there is substance beneath it. You do not need to rush toward this. You do not need to force anything, but you also do not need to shut it down just because it arrived in an unexpected form. Sometimes life opens a new chapter quietly. Sometimes love enters through a door you assumed had already closed. If this connection with a younger person brings you happiness, curiosity, hope, or a spark of possibility, that in itself is worth noticing. You can stay open without losing your wisdom. You can move gently without moving carelessly. Healthy boundaries and real openness can exist together. In fact, that balance is part of what makes your energy so attractive in the first place. This younger person may be holding back right now, not because their feelings are weak, but because they sense uncertainty in you. They may worry that you see them as too young, too inexperienced, or not serious enough. They may fear rejection before they even speak. But if your energy softens, if your walls lower just a little, they will feel that shift. And your openness may give them the courage they need to be honest. Love is not only chemistry, it is recognition. It is that strange feeling of meeting someone and sensing something familiar and timeless inside them. When that happens, background, age and circumstance begin to lose their power. What remains is the connection itself. There is an ageless part of you that still responds to music, wonder, beauty, hope and love. That part of you was never meant to disappear. That is the part this younger person feels most strongly. They may admire how you look, but it is your soul they are falling for. And the soul does not count years the way the world does. It responds to truth. It responds to warmth. It responds to life. This is why you may feel both comforted and awakened around them. Something in you is remembering that love did not forget your address. Something in you is waking up. So do not talk yourself out of what your spirit may already be trying to show you. The heart often whispers before it ever speaks loudly. You are loved more than you think. You are desired more than you realize. Somewhere in the quiet corners of their day, this younger person thinks of you and smiles without meaning to. Your name crosses their mind and their pulse changes. They imagine being closer to you. They wonder what would happen if the space between you became smaller, if a conversation lasted longer, if a moment turned honest, if a connection became real. Love has not passed you by. It is moving toward you through a person whose feelings are sincere, thoughtful, and growing stronger. And this younger person carries something that may awaken a forgotten part of you. They bring freshness. They bring enthusiasm. They bring belief in what is still possible. Around them you may feel more alive, more hopeful, more connected to the version of yourself that still wants to feel deeply. That is not weakness. That is life returning. You bring depth, stability, and wisdom. They bring energy, movement, and bright expectation. Together, those qualities can create balance rather than conflict. Sometimes blessings stay outside our lives because we have convinced ourselves we do not deserve them. We block what is trying to reach us. We doubt what is trying to heal us. But when you begin to accept your worth, the pattern changes, the door opens, and this person has already noticed details that others miss. They remember the little things. They pay attention. That is not casual attraction. That is real emotional investment. So let yourself remain present. Let the connection breathe. Do not overthink every small moment until the life drains out of it. Love does not grow well in fear. It grows in presence, honesty, and space. If you are hearing this at the right time, Take it as a reminder that something meaningful may already be unfolding much closer than you think. Time has not taken your beauty away, it has added to it. It has made you richer, deeper, and more real. This younger person sees the beauty that you have become used to overlooking. They see the strength you dismiss as ordinary. They see the wisdom you carry so naturally that you forgot how rare it is. Let their eyes remind you of what you truly are. You deserve to feel wanted. You deserve passion. You deserve to feel chosen with sincerity, not confusion. And this person is not only curious about your face or your style, they are curious about your life. They want to know your story, your past, your victories, the pain you survived, the lessons that shaped you. To them, your history is not baggage. It is proof of who you are. Every chapter matters. Every scar says something. Every hard season added depth to the person they now admire. This kind of attention is rare because not everyone wants depth. Not everyone is willing to look past the surface. But this person is. They see your life as meaningful. They want to know what made you strong, what made you soft, what taught you patience, what hurt you, and what healed you. There is something healing about being listened to that way. There is something powerful about being known, not as a polished image, but as a real person. And this younger person wants the real you, the thoughtful you, the imperfect you, the dreaming you, the quiet you, the one who still hopes, even after disappointment. That is why this connection feels different. It is not only about attraction, it is about recognition. It is about being met in a place deeper than appearances. If that kind of love has felt far away for a long time, maybe this is the moment to admit that it may be closer than you thought. Life can slowly damage the way we see ourselves. Criticism, rejection, disappointment, and lonely years can blur our self-image until we no longer remember our own value clearly. Then someone new enters our life and sees us without all that distortion. They notice us with fresh eyes. They admire what we hide. They appreciate what we dismiss. And each look, each kind word, each moment of genuine attention becomes a quiet reminder of who we really are. This is one of love's deepest gifts. It does not only connect us to another person, it reconnects us to our own worth. You are beautiful with your age fully included, not separated from it. The lines on your face tell the story of laughter, pain, courage, endurance, and growth. The changes in your body speak of a life lived honestly. None of this takes away from your beauty. It adds meaning to it. And this younger person sees that meaning very clearly. They do not see your age as a flaw they must ignore. They see it as part of what makes you extraordinary. It may be time for you to begin seeing yourself with the same gentleness. And yes, it is natural to worry. You may wonder whether becoming close to someone younger could create an imbalance. You may fear that caring about them might somehow be unfair. Those thoughts do not make you wrong. They show that you have integrity. They show that you care. But adults are able to choose who they love. This person has their own mind, their own heart, and their own right to feel deeply. If your intentions are honest, if your care is clean, and if respect leads the connection, then there is no harm in letting the truth be seen. Love becomes dangerous only when it is selfish or manipulative. That is not what this message is describing. What is being described here is sincerity, caution, tenderness, and a bond that deserves thoughtful space. You are still free to choose your path. This message is not here to force your next step. It is here to bring light to something that may already exist in your life. If you decide not to move forward, that choice is valid. If you decide to stay open, that choice is also valid. The point is not pressure. The point is clarity. You are worthy of love, even when it arrives in a form you did not expect. And sometimes what surprises us most is exactly what heals us most deeply. If this younger person has been hovering at the edge of your awareness, if their attention has felt different, if their energy has lingered in your thoughts, then maybe it is time to stop pretending you feel nothing. You do not need to rush ahead. Just become honest with yourself. Notice what changes in your body when they are near. Notice whether you feel lighter, calmer, warmer, or more alive. Notice whether your heart becomes more present. These signs matter. And if you begin to respond with a little more softness, they may find the courage to reveal what they have been holding back. Sometimes the entire future shifts because one person decided not to close the door too early. So breathe, stay present, let the connection show you what it is. You do not have to label it before it grows. You do not have to explain it to the world before you understand it yourself. What matters most is that you do not run from something beautiful just because it arrived through an unexpected person. Life is not always predictable, but that does not mean it is wrong. Some of the best chapters begin when we stop resisting what our heart has been trying to tell us. As you move through today, carry this truth with you. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not too late for love. A quiet door has opened, and something beautiful may already be standing near it. Let yourself receive that possibility without shame. Let yourself believe that your season of connection may be arriving now. If you want a simple closing thought to hold in your heart, let it be this: I step into love. I step into love without fear owning me. I step into love without old stories deciding my future. I step into love with wisdom, with grace, and with an open spirit. The universe hears the way you speak about yourself. Life responds to the way you accept or reject your own worth. So speak kindly over your heart. Tell yourself that you are ready to receive love in healthy ways. Tell yourself that you are ready to leave isolation behind and welcome real connection. Tell yourself that you are allowed to be chosen. Stay with that truth. Return to it when doubt appears. Return to it when fear tries to close what hope has opened. Blessings are still able to find you. Clarity is still able to reach you. Joy is still able to surprise you. And if this message found you at the exact moment you needed it, take that as your sign to stay awake to what is unfolding. Love may be approaching quietly, but quietly does not mean weak. Some of the deepest things enter our lives without noise. So walk forward with faith. Walk forward with calm. Walk forward knowing that your heart is still alive, your beauty is still powerful, and your story is still unfolding. And if someone younger has been looking at you with unusual warmth, maybe now you understand why.